There are stories of arms shifting slightly, fingers uncurling, and heads turning.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome to this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Andy.
And I'm Felice, and we are coming to you from Key West, Florida.
If you don't know us and are just joining us for
we are actually not a mom podcast.
We're not. We are actually two silly, spooky friends who sometimes share heartfelt stories, but mostly just incredible stories of ghosts, hauntings, UFOs, cryptids, and anything weird or paranormal.
And we don't know anything about that stuff, but we love to talk about it. And we do have a deep respect for the unknown and unseen forces at work around us.
That's right. During our episodes, we make sure to laugh to keep it light and make sure it doesn't get too crazy, spooky, or serious. We hope to bring you stories that make you sleep with the lights on, question everything, and give you a chill.
But a quick warning before we begin, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Our tales are drawn from folklore, history, and reported experiences, but we do not claim them as fact. Some stories may include some sensitive topics, including this one, so listener discretion is advised.
Dive into the shadows with us as we bring you haunting tales in this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast.
Shall we dive in?
Picture this. You're on a flat-bottomed wooden boat. A trajinera is what they call it. Painted in bright pinks and yellows, the kind of boat that's supposed to be festive. You're gliding through a network of ancient canals just south of Mexico City. It's midday, the sun is out, there's birds in the trees, it seems beautiful, everything seems fine. But the further the boatman takes you from the main waterway, the other tourist boats disappear. The vendors selling corn and drinks are long gone, the canopy of trees overhead thickens, and the light starts getting a little stranger, the air heavier. And then the boatman slows the boat, points ahead, and says nothing. That's when you see them. Hundreds, maybe thousands of dolls.
Ooh. I knew it was going to be something scary, but I wasn't thinking it was going to be dolls.
I know, right? Hanging from every tree branch, nailed to every surface, impaled on sticks and jammed into the mud, dangling from rusted wire, strung from fences, and along the walls of a small crumbling cabin. There's baby dolls, Barbie dolls, plastic heads with no bodies, bodies with no heads, glass eyes clouded over with rain and rot, all staring out. Limbs are missing, dresses are gray and moldy.
Ooh.
A tiny plastic hand reaching out, fingers spread. Welcome to La Isla de las Muñecas.
Oh my gosh.
The island of dolls. Tonight we're going deep into the canals of Xochimilco, deep into one of the most genuinely unsettling places on earth, and deep into the story of one man whose grief and obsession transformed a tiny patch of land into a site that Guinness World Records officially recognized in 2022 as the world's largest collection of haunted dolls.
Oh my goodness. Already, like, the vision sounds like an 80s horror movie.
It's so creepy.
Yeah.
But let's talk about where this place even is.
Okay.
So Mexico City is one of the largest cities on earth. 22 million people. It's loud, it's sprawling. But just south of city center, still technically within the city limits, there's a place that feels like it belongs to a different era. Xochimilco is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It sounds fancy, but it just means that this place is irreplaceable. It's one of the last surviving remnants of the ancient Aztec civilization. The Aztecs, who built the city that would one day become Mexico City, were extraordinary. We know that. They needed farmland, but they were surrounded by lakes. So they built farmland. They took reeds and cane and mud and piled it up in the shallow lake water, anchored it to the bottom, let willow trees grow their roots until the roots locked them into place. They called these floating gardens chinampas. Over centuries, they built hundreds of them. threaded through with a vast network of canals.
That is amazing.
It's insane.
Yeah.
When the conquistadors arrived in the 1500s and dismantled most of the Aztec civilization, the Chinampas of Xochimilco survived. People still live on them and farm them.
Wow. The Spanish conquistadors probably didn't want to go there, too messy or too, you know what I mean, to these gardens or whatever.
The waterways are still navigated by these flat-bottom boats, the trajinera boats, but now they mostly carry tourists and families celebrating birthdays and quinceañeras.
Oh, fun.
But deep in one of those waterways, in a stretch of canals that leads to a small lake called the Laguna de Tequila, I don't know why, there's a chinampa that nobody farms anymore. And that's where our story takes place.
Okay.
It starts with a man named Don Julián Santana Barrera. Sometime in the mid-1950s, Julián Santana Barrera left his life behind. He had a wife and a life in Xochimilco, the community where he'd grown up. And one day, for reasons that are not entirely clear, he walked away from it all, moved alone to a small, isolated chinampa in the middle of the canal system. It had a one-room hut, no electricity, and no neighbors.
Wow.
So strange. Some people, it's debated about why he left, but nobody quite knows. What we do know is once he arrived on the Chinampa, he began to grow crops. He grew pumpkins, corn, vegetables, and he lived simply, quietly in his little hut. He fished in the canals, he prayed, and by most accounts, he was just kind of like a hermit, just living his best life quietly.
Okay.
But then something happened that changed everything. At some point after Don Julián arrived on his island, he encountered the body of a young girl. She had drowned in the canal near his chinampa. The day after finding her body, a doll came floating down the same canal. Don Julián believed the doll had belonged to the girl. It said that Don Julián claimed to have heard the girl's spirit screaming, "I want my doll!"
Oh my gosh.
So he took the doll and hung it on a tree in memory of the girl and as an attempt to ward off evil spirits. It said the next day he found another doll and hung that one too. And then another, and then another. For the next 50 years, Don Julián hung dolls on the island.
They were just washing up?
So we're going to get to where all these dolls came from and sort of his motivation in a little bit.
Okay.
But just to be clear, Don Julián was not wealthy. He was just this hermit farmer. He didn't have any income. Mm-hmm. So it's not like he was going to the toy store ordering from Amazon, right?
Yeah.
He's collecting them. So he fished them out of canals where sometimes they would wash down from Mexico City. Mm-hmm. He picked them out of trash heaps. He traded vegetables from his garden for dolls with people from nearby villages.
Whoa.
And whatever dolls he got, he hung them exactly as he found them. He didn't clean them. He didn't fix them. Missing an arm? Up on the tree. Huh. Cracked face? Perfect. Hang it from the branch. Decapitated head with no body? Nail it to the fence. Oh. So in Don Julián's mind, it wasn't decoration, but it was protection. He believed that the spirit of the little girl was restless and haunted the island, and that the dolls would help appease her spirit.
Oh my goodness, I have chills. Whoa.
Don Julián had a couple dolls that were his favorites. His favorite is called Agustina. She's dressed in blue and she has glasses, and she's still on the island today. Don Julián liked Agustina so much that it said that he dressed her up, he talked to her, and that she acted as an oracle of sorts for him.
Oh my gosh.
Don Julián also reportedly brought in the original doll that he found for safekeeping in his cabin. So how do we feel about Don Julián? Was he mentally ill? Maybe. Mm-hmm. The isolation, the obsession, the belief that, he has to do this to appease the spirit.
Yeah.
It seems like he was alone. He's living with all of these feelings, right? And he expressed it in this incredible, strange, weird way. Yeah. But he was devoted to it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. In Xochimilco and in Mexican Catholicism, they have Dia de los Muertos. Yeah. And the deeply held belief that the dead stay close to the living. So what Don Julián was doing wasn't entirely outside the realm of cultural understanding. Leaving offerings for the dead isn't crazy.
Right.
Building altars isn't crazy. Believing that spirits linger, also not crazy. It was just like an extreme expression of that, almost like an obsession.
Like compulsive.
Yeah. As the years passed and the doll collection grew, word started spreading. People in the surrounding area heard about the strange island of the dolls. Some were curious, some were horrified. Some made the trip out to the canals just to see for themselves. Don Julián welcomed visitors.
He's like, come on in, see my doll collection.
Exactly. When travelers arrived, he would welcome them in. He would explain about the girl, the drowning, the dolls. He would even show them Augustina.
Oh, wow.
And then visitors began bringing more dolls. It became almost like an unwritten rule that if you're going to the island, bring a doll and hang it when you get there.
Okay.
So by the 1990s, tourists who'd heard about the island were making their way out through the canals, specifically to La Isla de las Muñecas. In 2001, Don Julián Santana Barrera was about 80 years old. His nephew, Anastasio Santana Velasco, had come to the island that day to help his uncle. It's said the two men were working for a while, then went fishing in the canal. And that's when something strange, beautiful, terrible, everything at once happened.
Ooh.
According to some accounts, Don Julián suddenly began to sing. He just broke out into song standing there at the edge of the canal. But what he sang was a song about mermaids in the water that had come for him.
Oh.
Anastasio stepped away for a moment, wasn't gone long. When he came back, his uncle was face down in the canal, dead.
Whoa.
Some say he drowned. Some say he had a heart attack. The accounts differ. But what stays the same and is often said is that Don Julián Santana Barrera was in the exact same spot where 50 years earlier he had found the body of the little girl. Oh. The exact same spot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's wild, right? Some say it wasn't mermaids or a heart attack, but the restless little girl that drowned him. Don Julián is buried somewhere on the island. Many believe he never left. Anastasio, his nephew, took over as caretaker of the island. He said at night you can hear two things: a girl crying and the tapping of his uncle's cane.
Ooh.
Okay, so here's the part you've been waiting for.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I hope I don't have to have a cane in the afterlife.
Oh, God.
Putting that on the list.
For me, it'll be like, I can't get up out of bed. My back hurts so bad. I'll just be like, my back. Okay, so let's talk about what visitors report when they actually visit the island.
Okay. Can you still go there?
Yes.
Okay.
So this place is a place where almost everyone comes away with a story of something they can't quite explain.
Okay.
Let's start with just the basics. The feeling of being watched is the single most commonly reported experience on the island. I get it. Dolls are watching you, right? They have the eyes.
Yeah.
It always feels
They're
like you're
glassy
being watched.
eyes. Yeah.
But visitors consistently describe that there's something more active. They report it feels like something that tracks you as you move.
Ooh.
Multiple visitors have reported turning around quickly because they were certain that someone or something had moved up behind them, only to find the dolls perfectly still. That's so unnerving, right?
Yes.
Well, it gets creepier. Visitors have also reported seeing the dolls move.
So creepy, I can't.
There are stories of arms shifting slightly, fingers uncurling,
Ooh.
and heads turning.
Oh my gosh.
Most commonly describe it as catching something out of the corner of their eye, and when they look directly, everything is still again.
Oh, wow.
But a few have reported seeing it happen right in front of them.
Whoa.
Visitors have also photographed orbs. Investigators using EMF detectors have reported significant unexplained electromagnetic readings on the island.
Interesting. Also, there's no electricity there.
Right, exactly.
So that's odd.
And then the one that gets me is whispers.
Whispers.
Multiple visitors have independently described hearing whispering on the island. Some have described it as coming from the dolls themselves. Some have described hearing something that sounds like a child's voice. A few have said it sounded like their own name was being called.
Hate that.
Feliz,
Oh, no, thank
come
you.
play with us.
Come out to play.
That's so freaking scary.
Yes.
I cannot. Anastasio, the nephew and caretaker, doesn't deny it. He has said directly that he too sees and hears things on the island he cannot explain. Anastasio also says the place is active. He said, there's something in the water. Paranormal investigators have visited multiple times, including a well-known episode of Ghost Adventures with Zach Bagans,
Okay.
who has a significant fear of dolls.
All right.
And reported witnessing a doll's face light up and laugh during a nighttime lockdown on the island.
That is creepy.
It's so weird. So whether you believe in that show or not, it's reported that even the production crew came away unsettled after visiting there.
Yeah.
One travel blogger wrote about her experience visiting with her partner, both of them skeptics. She described the air as getting physically heavier as they approached the island by boat. She said both her and her partner independently felt something on the island did not want them there.
Oh my gosh.
She had trouble sleeping for 3 nights afterward. Not from fear exactly, but from this persistent feeling that something had followed her home.
That's never good.
I know.
That's not good.
It just seems like there's just like bad juju like all over. I don't know what it is, but even looking at photographs of this place, it just like bleeds out. It's so weird. And then
it's uncanny.
Right. I went down this rabbit hole of looking at visitors' photos.
Yeah.
And people were like, I took this photo, it was just me. And you can clearly see like a figure behind them.
Oh.
You know, lots of reports about the dolls moving. It's just so weird.
Yikes.
Another visitor wrote that she'd been fine on the island until she tried to take a close photograph of one particular doll. The doll was a baby doll, missing both eyes, with a crack running down the center of its face.
Oh, gosh.
Her camera froze. Her phone rebooted spontaneously. When she tried a second time, her hand began to tremble, and she had no explanation why. She said she put her phone away and didn't try again.
Oh, my gosh. That's weird.
It's so scary. A group of university students who visited as a dare in the early 2010s reported one member of the group, the one who had laughed the loudest about the whole thing on the boat ride over, went silent the moment she stepped on the island. She didn't speak. She didn't look at anyone. She walked to the center of the island, stood there for about 2 minutes, then walked back to the boat and sat down.
She said, I'm not doing that.
Right? When her friends asked her what happened, she said simply, there's a little girl in the middle. She's very angry.
Oh my gosh.
I know, I got chills.
Yikes.
She never elaborated, and she reportedly wouldn't talk about it anymore. So there's a lot of debate about La Isla de las Muñecas. Is it supernatural? Is it an example of what happens when you take something tied to childhood and kind of multiply it by thousands? You know, you amplify it.
Yeah.
It seems like the Island of the Dolls would be disturbing enough, even if it was completely empty of anything supernatural. Just all of those dolls there, right?
Yeah,
plus the story of him and everything that happened. You know, a man who left everything and then kind of like poured this trauma in over the course of 50 years.
Yeah.
You know?
And he found the body of a little girl.
Right, right. So that's trauma, right? Like that's
of course.
what he experienced, and then it sent him on this path. So I feel like, you know, the energy from that would stay behind too, you know?
Yeah.
If he has sort of this compulsion, this obsession or whatever it is, you know, you feel the intent behind it, like the devotion to it.
Yes.
Maybe it's some madness, maybe it's, you know, who knows, but that's a lot of energy and emotion that probably got put in and left behind.
Oh, yeah.
After Don Julián died in 2001, his family opened the island to the public. His nephew took over as caretaker, and after Anastasio's death, the island passed to Don Julián's great-nephew, Rogelio Sanchez Santana, who manages it today.
Okay.
The tradition of visitors bringing dolls as offerings has continued. There are still new dolls appearing on the island regularly. People who've heard the story and want to participate in whatever it is that's happening there. So whether out of respect for Don Julián's memory or out of a desire to appease the girl in the canal or on the island, or because it seems like the right thing to do when you're standing there surrounded by thousands of dolls.
I mean, if you're going there, you understand that that's what you're doing.
Right. You know?
Yeah.
But they bring them, they hang them, they leave them behind. Agostino, Don Julian's favorite doll, is still there, still in the cabin, which stands. Visitors are allowed to see it. Many report that Agostina specifically gives them a particular feeling, that she seems more present somehow.
Yikes.
More aware. So remember, like, you know, there were reports that, you know, he said she acted as kind of like an oracle, a confidant, laying all of this stuff.
I wonder where she came from.
I don't know. That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I'll show you a picture of her later.
Okay.
For now, thousands of dolls remain, eyes open, faces tilted, watching the boats come in. The island holds a Guinness World Record for the world's largest collection of haunted dolls. When Guinness awarded this title in 2022, the representative was careful with the wording. It's of course impossible to prove if the dolls themselves are haunted. We're not saying ghosts are necessarily real and that they're possessing these plastic bodies, but as claimed haunted dolls, this certainly is the largest collection we've ever seen.
Okay.
So
I'll take it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that seems a reasonable thing to say about something that's really not reasonable.
Yeah.
Famous visitors have made their pilgrimage too. Tim Burton spoke about his fascination with the island. Kirk Hammett of Metallica, who has a notable collection of horror memorabilia, has paid tribute to it. It's been featured on travel programs, paranormal investigation shows, and documentary series. It is by any measure one of the most famous haunted locations in the Western Hemisphere.
Oh, wow.
And it all started with one man, one drowned girl, and one doll floating in a canal.
Oh my gosh.
So if you ever go to Mexico City, you can still visit the Island of Dolls. Take a trajinera from one of the Xochimilco embarcaderos. A trip takes about 2 to 3 hours round trip. You can also book a private tour. Bring a doll if you can. Leave it there. It's like the least you could do.
Yeah.
And if you hear something, whisper. Don't look at it.
Oh my gosh. Let's go there.
Oh my gosh. I'm a little, this one creeps me out a little bit. Like
Dolls are creepy.
they are, but like, I don't know. It feels foreboding to me.
Oh.
It feels foreboding to me.
Yeah.
For some reason. Like, have you seen pictures of this?
I
It's
have.
so scary.
It's very spooky.
I don't know. Ooh,
But it didn't start in a malicious way.
not at all.
You know, so, but who knows? Like, who knows what's in that collection?
Right. Well, that's one
You
thing.
know what I mean? Like,
But also, too.
you can go to the thrift store and get a haunted doll.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Much less everybody's sending their dolls there. And
That's true.
probably some of them, maybe people are like, hey, I can't have this doll in my house anymore. Let's put it with its sisters and brothers. You know?
What if what's there is more ancient, right? What if maybe it's from like Aztec times, right? You know?
Yeah.
And so it's not necessarily the spirit of the little girl.
Yeah.
It's something older or darker, you know, like a little more dangerous. And maybe Don Julian felt that and was trying to appease this spirit, but attribute it to the girl because it had such an impact on him.
Yeah. Could be.
I don't know. It just seems
Yikes.
a little...
It's pretty spooky.
I can't... if I was ever somewhere and saw a doll move, I would be out. Like,
Yeah.
100%. I can't.
I'd pee my pants.
Yeah,
First.
Yes.
First step.
I'd do that,
pee
then
my
fall
pants.
down, then cry, then run away.
Oh my gosh, that is so spooky. I want to go down the rabbit hole and like look at some pictures of that. And
Yeah,
get a little
it's
deeper into it. That's
weird.
so interesting.
Yeah.
Aw, and also he must have been lonely out there.
But also, wait, I just thought of this. You know, he just up and left his life. What if
Yeah.
something called him there?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Ooh.
Who knows? You know.
Ooh, I don't know. Yikes.
Yikes! On bikes. Well, are you ready for Somebody Told Me?
I'm ready.
This is another spooky one, so
Oh,
get ready.
this is a spooky episode.
Yes. So this story comes from someone here in Key West who works in a historic house that's also serving as a museum. That's all I can really say about that. Okay.
Got it.
This place has a small store where you can buy books or little souvenirs. The bookshelves are set up so that the books are upright and facing like maybe 5 in a column. So the front of the book is out. The spine isn't showing. The fronts of the book are showing. And then there's like a stack of them. Right.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. So according to this person that told me this story, during the day, every now and then a book will kind of fly off the shelf. Okay. And it happens so often that sometimes customers will say, well, it just threw itself at me, so I had to get it.
Oh,
So it's like kind of a little bit of a running joke. Most of the workers try to debunk it, like maybe the shelves aren't quite even, or maybe somebody's kind of stomping along or walking heavily and the vibrations knocked it off of the shelf, but it happens pretty often. Okay. So they never really take it seriously. One day, the manager comes in early to start the day and opens the door, and the entire floor is covered in books. All of the books are off the shelf and they're all on the floor. Okay?
Oh gosh, I have a chill.
So first checking the schedule, making sure nobody had been in there, then checking the cameras. Okay.
So that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. So there are cameras in there. I mean, it's like modern, hooked to this person's phone. So they're like scrolling back in time. And they get to 8 p.m. So after closing, but still pretty early in the evening. For 5 minutes, books are flying off of the shelves. And then it stops for like 5 minutes. And then it happens again.
What?
Until all the books are on the floor.
I have full body chills. Oh my gosh.
So nothing, of course, they're trying to debunk it. They're trying to figure it out. But there's no reason. There's no, like, a transformer didn't explode. There was no car accident in that area that would like cause we didn't have an earthquake or something.
Right. Oh my gosh.
There is no reason that this would happen unless it's something paranormal. And so the person that told me this, they don't love the ghost topic. Okay. Just so you know, like they don't love to talk about ghosts or think about that, And so they saw this footage as well. And they said that absolutely no explanation for what could have possibly caused this except for something supernatural.
Oh my gosh. That is so scary. I want to see it so bad.
I know, me too. Oh. I know. But it's not like it won't get out.
Yeah.
This is as far as it'll go.
Oh my gosh. That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh my gosh. I want to know, what's the significance of 8 p.m.?
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I feel like there has to be something to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And also like the part of the house that bookstore is in, is there a significance to that area or whatever,
What if it happened every year on that day? Oh, what if it's the beginning? Oh my gosh.
Or what? Yes. That's crazy. Pretty crazy. Pretty good story.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
It's so spooky.
Mm-hmm. And it's so Key West too.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Thank you, person that told us the story anonymously.
Thank you. Hey, cool friends. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the You Two Scare Me podcast.
Listeners, you can help support us by telling everyone you know about our podcast.
Also, please subscribe, leave a 5-star review, share it with someone who, loves ghosts, loves visiting bookstores, loves
dolls. Spooky dolls. We can do spooky doll and Key West and bookstore all in one visit.
Oh my gosh. Yes. But please share and rate and review. Your ratings really do help us.
Yes. Have you checked out our website? We have cool, awesome You Two Scare Me merch like hats, coffee mugs, stickers, shirts, tank tops, anything you could ever know.
Oh.
You can also find our episode notes with photos and more. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Follow us on Instagram at You2ScareMe_podcast, or on Facebook, You2ScareMe Podcast, or on TikTok, You2ScareMe Podcast, no spaces.
Remember to send us your own stories of haunted dolls or haunted bookstores or haunted houses or cryptids, Bigfoot, UFO, anything weird for our Somebody Told Me segment at You2ScareMePodcast@gmail.com. That's YOUTWO scaremepodcast@gmail.com. We love to read them and get scared by them.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for wandering through the shadows with us.
Until next time, stay curious and beware what lurks beyond the light.